right, kiddos. Sorry, Mr. Cody called me, and it shut off the video. So I'm going to go ahead. I ended honestly in a perfect place. That last video ended right at chapter 10. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to finish this up with chapter 11. And the question I was asking you was if the warden's not interested in things like fossils and that kind of stuff, you know, just like cool, interesting things that you'd see, what do we think she could be interested in? What does the warden want? What's so important that she'd give a camper a whole day off? So that's kind of a question I want kind of ruminating as you're reading and thinking on, okay? So we're on chapter 11. It is page 52, okay? Stanley returned to his hole. It wasn't fair. Mr. Pendanski had even said the fossil was interesting. He slammed his shovel in the ground and pried up another piece of earth. After a while, he noticed X-Ray had come over and was watching him dig. "Hey, caveman, let me talk to you for a second," X-Ray said. Stanley put down his shovel and stepped out of his hole. "Say, listen," said X-Ray. "If you find something else, give it to me, okay?" Stanley wasn't sure what to say. X-Ray was clearly the leader in the group, and Stanley didn't want to get on his bad side. "You're new here, right?" said X-Ray. "And I've been here for almost a year, and I've found nothing. You know, my eyesight's not so good. No one knows this, but you know why my name's X-Ray?" Stanley shrugged one shoulder. "It's Pig Latin for Rex. That's all. I'm too blind to find anything." Rex. So Pig Latin is where you take the first letter at the very end and then you add an A on it, so it would be X-Ray for Rex. So that's why his nickname is X-Ray. Stanley tried to remember how Pig Latin worked. "I mean," X-Ray went on, "why should you get a day off when you've only been here a couple of days? If anybody gets a day off, it should be me. That's only fair, right?" "I guess," Stanley agreed. X-Ray smiled. "You're a good guy, caveman." Stanley picked up his shovel. The more he thought about it, the more he was glad he agreed to let X-Ray have anything he might find. If he was going to survive at Camp Green Lake, it was far more important that X-Ray think he was a good guy than it was for him to get a day off. Besides, he didn't expect to find anything anyway. There probably wasn't anything of interest out there. Even if there was, he'd never been what you'd call lucky. He slammed his blade into the ground, then dumped out another shovel full of dirt. It was a little surprising, he thought, that X-Ray was the leader of the group, since he obviously wasn't the biggest or the toughest. In fact, except for Zero, X-Ray was the smallest. Armpit was the biggest. Zigzag may have been taller than Armpit, but that was only because of his neck. Yet Armpit and all the others seemed to be willing to do whatever X-Ray asked of them. As Stanley dug up another shovel full of dirt, it occurred to him that Armpit wasn't the biggest. He, the caveman, was bigger. He was glad they called him Caveman. It meant they accepted him as a member of the group. He would have been glad even if they'd called him Barf Bag. It was really quite remarkable to him. At school, bullies like Derek Doon used to pick on him, yet Derek Doon would be scared senseless by any of these boys out here. As he dug his hole, Stanley thought about what it would be like if Derek Doon had to fight Armpit or Squid. Derek wouldn't stand a chance. He imagined what it would be like if he became good friends with all of them. And then for some reason, they all went with him to his school, and then Derek Doon tried to steal his notebook. "Just what do you think you're doing?" asked Squid as he slams his hands into Derek Doon's smug face. "Caveman's our friend," said Armpit, grabbing him by the shirt collar. Stanley played the scene over and over again in his mind, each time watching another boy from Group D beat up Derek Doon. It helped him dig his hole and eased his own suffering. Whatever pain he felt was being felt 10 times worse than Derek. So I want you to ask yourself, why is Stanley agreeing to give X-Ray anything he finds? Okay, and I think it's really because he wants to fit in, right? He wants to feel like he has a place. And I think that can definitely be something that we can all relate to, wanting to fit in, being the new kid. So there's actually a lot of things that have happened in 9 through 11 that we can make a text-to-self connection to. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the next slide. You're going to work on your graphic organizer. If you need any help, send me a message on Remind, send me a message on our Facebook group. Anything that you need, just let me know, and I am there to help you. We can Zoom, we can FaceTime, whatever you need, and I can help you through it. So I love you guys. I miss you guys. And it's Friday. Woo! So take the weekend. Have a good one, and then Monday we'll come back and we'll start on chapter 12. All right, kiddos, I'll see y'all later.